Hey everyone, welcome back to MiniBike Mikes Garage. So on the table today is my 2022 Amigo Rocky. This is a clone of a Honda CT70, the 1990s version of a CT70. And I bought this in June of 22, brand new, along with a 2022 Ice Bear Champion. They're both kind of currently the two clones that you can get here in the United States. If you're interested in something like this, go hit up Alan Adams at Cajun Mad Dogs. No, I'm not being paid by them, but I did not get, at the time when I bought this, Cajun did not sell these. They did sell the Ice Bear Champion, and that's where I got it from. Tremendous service. I've got some videos from a year, well, almost 2 years ago now. Actually, it was 2 years ago now, since this is July of 2024. Of when I bought these, unboxed them, and did some videos on putting them together and riding them for the first time and the issues that they had. Cajun is the best place to buy a CT70 clone if you're looking for one. To go back to this bike, if you go back and look at those videos, I had some issues. There were some assembly issues on this bike when I first got it. Basically, when you get it, they come in a crate, and you just have to put on the front tire. I think the handlebars just need to be folded up. Maybe put on some turn signals on the back, some simple little things. So I put it together and tried to start it, and it kind of would run, but not very well. And the issue wound up being the little spacer here that's between the intake and the carb. They had installed it upside down, so there was a huge air leak between the carb and the intake, and once I figured that out, it's run pretty good since. Now, what have I done? I've done some upgrades to it. Obviously, I put larger tires on it. I've got the 120/90 10s on it. I raised the front fender on the thing. I did away with all the emissions stuff. These are 50 state compliant, and so they're even legal for California, but I did away with all the emission stuff. I cut off the rear, this back fender section, tail light thing actually went down a little farther. I cut all that off, relocated the turn signals. I trashed the original swing arm, bent it. It's not a very sturdy unit, so I installed one from a CT70 K1 and later, much better unit on that. This rack comes with the bike, and I have modified mine to fit a 1 gallon accessory auxiliary gas tank. So when I go on longer rides, this is the bike that I haul on the back of my RV most of the time. And when I go visit subscribers, this is the bike that I've used to ride with them. I've stated this before in a video, it's a dirty, dirty mess. But I kind of like it that way. That's memories of the things I've done with other guys, with you subscribers, places I've been, places I've ridden. So I really don't clean it up. I really do need to kind of clean the chain up a little bit and make sure it's not quite got so much grit and grime on it. Let's see, anything else that I've done? I think that's about it. But it needs some maintenance today. I got some things I have to do. This sits at my house in my garage, and it's the bike I ride back and forth from the house to the shop. Well, it got knocked over in the garage, and it fell right on the handlebar, and it broke out a couple chunks on the holder there. So I've got to take the handlebars off and replace this part on there. The other thing I've got is I've got a flat tire, and so I've got a new tube to put in that, so we're going to have to pull off the tire. And then I've got some different shocks I want to put on it. These are just noisy. I actually don't mind the spring rate on them and those sorts of things, but they're just, like I said, they're just noisy, so I'm going to swap those out. I think I'm going to go ahead and start with the handlebar first and see if I can't get that put on there. Real quickly, I meant to say, and I forgot, the differences between this and the Ice Bear Champion clone. They're really similar bikes. They're both 125cc. They're both 4 speeds. The difference is the Amigo comes with a manual, with a manual clutch, where the Ice Bear Champion is a semi-automatic. So I know that Ice Bear has come out with an upgraded version for 2025, I guess it would be. And I don't know if it includes a manual or not. I know they put some bigger tires and did some other things to it, but I know for this model that I've got, the biggest difference is the manual transmission versus the semi-automatic. So, all right, let's jump into this. I need to get this going because I need to ride this home. So let's get this handlebar fixed and get that tire changed. Now I'm hoping to do this without taking all this stuff off of the handlebars. Should be able to just unscrew these and set the bars down off to the side. Hit myself in the head with a mirror. But there's a couple other subtle differences between the Rocky and the Ice Bear Champion. Like, you know, the Rocky, they did a lot of blacked out items, like these handlebars. This clamp right here is black. All right, so I need to get a wrench. This thing has 2 posts that come down. Hopefully this one's the same spread. Hopefully that's just because I don't have the nuts for this. Hopefully it's the same thread and everything. But I need to get a wrench, pull those nuts off so I can take this off and put that one on. These are just 14 millimeter. They do look like they have a nylon locking nut on it, so it's going to take me a second. I hope I can get that off. You know what? I don't know if I can get the nut off of it because of the bracket that holds the headlight. I might have to take this whole triple tree thing off to get those off. Let me go here just for a second. Bear with me. Let me see if I get this. You know what? I think I can get the nut, because I think I can raise that up as the nut comes off. Yeah, that's what I can do. I can raise that up and give myself some clearance to get it off. I hope. I think I'm gonna have to move to the other side to be able to raise it up also. Give me just a second. I'll get it all taken off. All right, that was a little bit of a challenge, but not too bad. So hopefully we can get that to go back on there. Let's see if these nuts fit these posts. We do. That seems to be okay. Hopefully the spread is the same. It is. Good. All right, so I'm just going to take a minute and see if I can't get that installed back on there. And no, I am not worried at all that I'm putting a aluminum colored part where a black piece was. I'm not trying to keep this bike. I really don't care what the bike looks like. Like I said, this is just a bike I take out and beat on and do those sorts of things. All right, let me get that put on. Hopefully these fit in here. That seems like it's going to work. What did I do with the knobs? I put them both. Oh, they're both over there. Okay, I think we're back in business as far as handlebars. I'll have to figure out where my mirror needs to go, straighten that up. Good. All right, let's, I'll tell you what, maybe we will do before I take that front tire off, let's go ahead and take these rear shocks off and swap those out. Obviously, my bright red shocks are going to stand out like a sore thumb, and the red doesn't quite match, but they'll get dirty soon enough, and it really won't be a big deal. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this rack off. Or take the rack loose anyway. And the acorn nuts on these shocks are the only time I've ever used a 16 millimeter. I think I'm gonna have to get a wrench. The socket's not deep enough. These are a 16 millimeter. How often do you use a 16 millimeter? For me, not very often. I'm gonna have to get I don't know if I even have a 16 millimeter wrench. Let's try a 17. Will it do it? Yeah, it'll do it. It's not really quite the right wrench, but it will fit. All right, I gotta go over and take the other side off, and then I can pull that back and get the shock off. All right, let's see what happens here. Oh, okay, yeah. For some odd reason, I was thinking the tail light was going to come with it, but it's not. We're good there. You can see just how much longer those are. I might have to take the other one off to get that to go on there. All right, let's see what happens. I know it's going to really drop. We may have, see if we can get the exhaust. I got to loosen up the exhaust too. I'm going to take it all the way off, although now would be a good time to replace this exhaust pipe. It's starting to get some cracks, but nope, not going to do it. You know what I think I'm going to do? Let's get our lift and put underneath it. Maybe that'll help. Those shocks might be considerably longer. There's that one. Well, not working for me. There we go. You had a washer between where the rack goes. So we'll go ahead and put that back that way. Don't know why that made a difference, but this nut didn't want to thread onto there at the top. This one, yep, that one had a washer up on top also. Didn't get this one. All right, we still want it over there. That looks pretty good. All right, let me snug this up and then we'll move to that front tire. I need to roll the bike back, maybe even turn it around on the table so that we can get to the front tire. It might be easier to work with it hanging off this end of the table. So let me pick this stuff up, swap that bike around real quick. In April of 2023, I loaded this bike on the back of my RV, and I went and visited 5 subscribers, and one of them that I went to visit was Ben out in West Virginia. And Ben took me on a fantastic 60-mile backcountry ride. And started out, the day was miserable. It was pouring rain and so forth, but we wound up having a really, really, really good time. Fantastic ride. And that was my last stop on that trip. And I got home from that, and the tire on the back of the RV, I went to unload this, and the tire was flat. And I'm like, well, what the heck's up with that, you know? So I put air in it. That was April of, like I said, 23. I put air in it, and it held. You know, I was like, okay, I don't know, maybe somebody let the air out. I'm not really sure. And never touched it again. And then about a month ago, I went to jump on this and ride it, and the tire was flat again for no apparent reason. So I'm not sure what's up, but I can't get it to hold air now. I think it's around the valve stem, honestly. And here's something I wanted to show you guys on this. It was part of the assembly snafu on this bike. Oh, I don't know if I can set it up there. I don't know if you can see that nut right there, but they put them in backwards. Let me take it off here real quick. They used a shouldered nut. See that? And then they just inserted it backwards so that the bolt comes through it from this side. And I just left it. It worked. I thought, well, okay, it's, you know, it's holding. So I've always just left it alone, left them in there. All 4 of these are that way, but they're not that way on the back, oddly enough. Let's see. This one. Hopefully you guys are in view. I might have it too low. And I think this one tightened back up on maybe in the last one. Okay. Come out of there. No, don't come out of there. Let's just take this off. There we go. There's that. Now we need to take the nuts off of these. Hopefully these rims come off of these tires fairly easy. Yeah, let's see how lucky we're going to be. Come off of there. Not very. Come on, come loose. And I'm going to have to get something to put in between the 2 rim halves to be able to push down. I'll be right back. There, it popped out. I just stuck a piece of square tubing between there and give me something to press against. Yeah, all kind of crap. You can tell where I put some tube sealant and stuff in there, trying to get it to hold. Nasty. We don't have to take the other rim half off. I just got to take this one. That might be water and all kinds of stuff from. Woo! That is disgusting. Oh, look at that. Look at there. That tire's had a patch on it before and the patch came off. That's where the problem was. Apparently I reused a used tube and the patch came off of it. Well, we're going to put a brand new tube in it this time, but I got to get cleaned up first. Yeah, I put just a little bit of air in the tube. Maybe I should have put it in here first, then aired it up. I don't know. Hopefully, once I get it in here, I can move it around a little bit to get the line up with the hole the valve stem goes through. Get in there. There we go. Now, where's the... Yeah, we were close there. Something like that. Okay. That ain't right. I want the small ones, don't I? I don't remember. I think this is the way they came off. It doesn't really matter. Make sure the tube is not being pinched. Some of you guys have said you like to see videos with real stuff. Well, here you go. This is the struggles of changing a tire. I think what I'm going to do is grab some vice grips. I'm not cutting anything out of this one. You're seeing it all. Don't really do that if you're cared about the paint on your rims, obviously. Obviously, I'm not. I don't have the rims lined up just perfect, so it's not really, it's not helping me. There we go. All right. All right, we'll snug that down and then put some air in it. Now, let's see, what do I want? That wasn't the, where's my 10mm socket, fellas? Oh, I'm in the wrong tray. I still don't have my 10mm socket. Where's my 10mm? Oh, you know what? I know where it's at. Never mind. No, where is it? Okay, what'd you guys do with my 10mm socket? Huh. Maybe I put it in tool kit. Well, all right, well, I guess we won't use my little Craftsman air or impact tool because all the sockets that fit it are still in the tool kit from our 700-mile ride. And I don't have a 10 millimeter, a 1/4 inch drive 10 millimeter socket to fit it right now. All right, guys, I'm gonna tighten this down, snug this all up, and I'm gonna go put some air in it, and then we'll finish putting this thing together. Why is that not tightening down? The whole thing spinning? Yep, it is. That's not good. Well, maybe it's time to change that nut then. See if it'll come back out. Let me see if I have one that is the correct size to fit that. I think I do. Oh, that's better. Now it's even 25% correct. Okay. Now the fun part is putting that, see my oil seals, come back out there a little bit. Let's push that back in. The fun part is getting this thing back in that disc brake. Raise this up and get the tire all the way in there first. No, let it down some maybe. Trying to get the tire past these bolts. You know, I'm not doing anything. I should probably just take them out. Yeah, that didn't work. Yeah, there it goes. Oh no. What's going on here? Stay over there, brake caliper. Oh, stay. What we got here? We got the speedo unit. It needs to go in there. Oh, tricky. Stay all together. Okay, what do I do with the axle? Right there in front of me. Wrong way. Do I have the speedo unit in right? I'm afraid I don't. There, it popped in. That makes me feel a little bit better. All back together. Not too many issues, but like I said, you guys, you've told me, you said you like seeing the real stuff. That was real time. Check the air pressure on it anyway. Okay, there we go. I'm going to get it down off the table. See if it'll fire up. See what we think of the shocks and so forth. So let's put the table down. Oh, I like that. Yeah, that's much quieter. I think I have a fuel shutoff on this. I don't. Oh, I need to WD-40 that. That's gotten rusty. Heck yeah, nice to have her back on the road. I think I'll ride this home tonight. All right, guys, there you go. That is a day in the life of MiniBike Mikes here in the garage, tinkering on my junk. This is the stuff I do really most of the time off camera. It's not really a project or anything, but I thought for today I'd just bring you along and show you what I get into some days when I have to work on my own stuff. So anyway, good seeing you. I'll see you on the next video. Later. Thanks.